are yours.
This is CBS LA Mornings.
Good morning. Today is Thursday, January 15th. I'm Jamie Yukas. The search continues this morning for possible remains at a former church in North Hills after a fire tore through the building on Tuesday.
And I'm Christine Lazari for Sheba Turk. We are helping you prepare for emergencies during our Ready SoCal week. Ahead, how your landscaping around your home can become your first layer of protection from natural disasters.
Hey, good morning to you, meteorologist Paul Deanna. Still talking about winds. Santa Ana winds will be light to moderate today. We are seeing a 30-mile-per-hour wind gust in Santa Clarita, and some wind advisories have been extended until Friday in eastern Ventura County, including in Simi Valley. But did you enjoy the warmth that we had yesterday? Great news. It's coming back today and tomorrow and over the weekend. Beautiful sunrise. It's happening right now in Malibu. Next weather headlines. We're staying warm. We're staying breezy in those same spots as the past several days. We're also staying dry with only minor changes coming up this weekend. So we were in the low 80s yesterday. Temperatures not moving at all today. 81 for Los Angeles, 82 for the Inland Empire, and our beaches in January will have a high of 80 degrees. Find out when the 80s end. That's coming up in a couple minutes. Right now, we'll look at the roads with Robert. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Paul. We are still dealing with a major issue in Ontario. Next traffic alert issued here because of this crash on the westbound side of the 10 at the 15. All lanes remain shut down. It's a big rig that hit the overpass and caused some damage there, so they're working to repair it, make sure it's safe. You can take the 60 or 210 West instead, much better option. Service streets available for you as well. But that current backup is about an hour to get through that backup heading into the 15. So be aware of that. Your current drive on the 91 is 38 minutes from Tyler to the 241 heading into Orange County. Orange County, not too bad. Earlier issues on the southbound 57 and 55, long gone. In LA, we have a new issue that just popped up on the westbound 91 at Bellflower. At Bellflower Boulevard, left lane taken away there. So far, just about an 8-minute delay from Artesia Boulevard over to Bellflower. And the 105 west from the 710 over to Crenshaw is a 30-minute commute. Westbound 10 earlier crash in Mid-City is cleared as well. It's still 49 minutes leading downtown, heading over to 405. Ladies, we'll send it back to you.
Robert, thank you. Some developing news in the Pico Union District. Our assignment manager Mark Blue at the desk with video of a major fire, Mark.
Yeah, this one was a rooftop apartment fire. Firefighters actually called it the penthouse. It consumed this entire apartment. Caught on video. Take a look. You're going to see here the flames coming off the roof of this 3-story brick apartment building in the Pico Union District. This is about 11th and Lake. Started about 3 this morning. People in this apartment started calling 911 saying, hey, I think the roof's on fire. They all evacuated. The first arriving LA City firefighters say they made an aggressive offensive attack, which means they felt comfortable enough going into that building and getting on the roof at the same time to put water on this fire from 2 different directions. They say they actually fought this fire from the 3rd floor inside, getting water towards the ceiling to get this fire put out. The good news is no injuries in this fire, and this was a lot of firefighters. They said they were able to get this done very quickly. Unfortunately, after that fire was extinguished, they went through that rooftop apartment and discovered 1 dead dog inside. Now, unfortunately, they're going to try and find the family that owned that animal. They're going to have to go through, unfortunately, that process. But no other injuries to any humans here in this fire, and an arson team is going to work on figuring out what started that fire on the roof this morning. That's it here from the desk. I'll send it back to you.
Thank you. New developments involving the fire at a former church in North Hills.
Fire crews are back on the scene to search for possible human remains and break down what's left of that building. CBS LA's Tina Patel is there live. And Tina, we're already learning more details about this fire this morning.
Yeah, I just had a chance to talk to a fire captain here. He says there's no reports of anybody missing, but next to this building that was an abandoned church, there's an apartment building, and he says people who live there told them that there had been homeless people going in and out of this structure before the fire, and so that's why they're concerned that there might possibly have been someone in there when that fire erupted. Now, because there's so much damage to the building, firefighters can't get in and search everything. Here's what they described they're kind of in the process of doing right now.
What we did out of an abundance of precaution is use our friends at the Sheriff's Department to use their human remains detection canine. And we had that canine search from left to right when you walk in. About 20 feet back, it made a hit, which indicates that they found either bone, tissue, or blood. And that could be a body, or it could just be a blood from a cut hand.
So what firefighters are now going to be doing is giving that heavy equipment, starting to remove some of the debris in the front of the building so that firefighters can go farther back in and see if indeed there might be the remains of somebody there. They say this is going to be a very slow and strategic process. They want to take all the caution that they can use, so they might not get any answers today. They say this could be an operation that takes a couple of days. The other thing that they do want to have a concern about is because some of that debris fell on equipment here that had to do with the gas company, there's actually still no gas service to the apartment building that's next door. So that's another thing that they're going to be using the heavy equipment to try to move the debris so the gas company can come and restore service for other people in this neighborhood. So again, there's going to be a lot of activity here. Now that it's daybreak, they're hoping to get started in just a little bit. So if you can avoid the area near Parthenia and kind of Sepulveda, that area is going to be kind of a construction zone for at least the next day or so. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Tina, thank you.
The first ever medical evaluation from the International Space Station was a success.
4 astronauts splashing down safely off our coast overnight, about 10 and a half hours after their return home began.
Splashdown of Crew 11.
SpaceX Dragon is on their concurred. Splashdown and names are called. SpaceX Dragon is so good to be home. With deep gratitude to the teams who got us there and back.
Oh, that's a success, right? A recovery crew lifted the capsule out of the water shortly after splashdown, which occurred around 12:41 a.m. off the coast of San Diego. The crew, 2 American astronauts, 1 Japanese astronaut, and 1 Russian cosmonaut, then exited the capsule. The crew was originally scheduled to stay at the International Space Station until mid-February, but NASA made the decision to bring them home last week due to a medical issue with one of them. Officials at NASA did not say what the medical concern is or which astronaut is affected by it.
All crew members are currently undergoing the routine post-splashdown medical evaluation. The crew member of concern is doing fine. We will share updates on their health as soon as it's appropriate to do so.
The crew will stay there. They'll stay there overnight, and we expect to bring the crew back to Houston on Friday.
Check this out. A CNN camera actually caught the moment the SpaceX Dragon capsule streaked across the Los Angeles skyline last night. Doesn't it look so cool?
Yeah.
It's like a slow
Like a shooting star.
Yes. Several of our coworkers say they heard a sonic boom around the time the capsule re-entered our atmosphere.
Can you still make a wish on that?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, one of their wishes came true, that they're all back safely, right?
That is very true.
Second shooting in Minneapolis involving an ICE agent has sparked overnight clashes between protesters and federal agents.
And this morning, President Trump says he may use the Insurrection Act to send in troops to deal with protesters. Our Amanda Sorrentino joins us now with the latest developments. Amanda.
Hey, good morning. So the Department of Homeland Security says a Venezuelan migrant was shot in the leg after he and 2 other people attacked a federal agent with shovels and a broomstick during an arrest operation Wednesday evening. Some protesters and law enforcement clashed after the shooting took place. DHS says ICE was pursuing the man after he fled a traffic stop. They say after the shooting, he and the others barricaded themselves inside an apartment. With the city now on edge, the city's mayor, Jacob Fry, is pleading for calm.
Go home. We cannot counter Donald Trump's chaos with our own brand of chaos.
I urge anyone that is at the scene to leave immediately.
So this latest shooting happened exactly 1 week after an ICE agent shot and killed 37-year-old Renee Good during a confrontation in the street. On Wednesday, U.S. officials said the ICE agent suffered internal bleeding in his torso following the incident. And just about an hour and a half ago, President Trump posted on Truth Social that he is considering the use of the Insurrection Act to, quote, quickly put an end to the travesty that is taking place in that once great state. And after that deadly shooting, the state of Minnesota filed for a temporary restraining order to stop the surge of federal operations happening there, but a judge declined to issue a ruling on Wednesday, instead asking for more evidence in the case.
Yeah, some people pointing out there's just 600 police officers in the city of Minneapolis, and there's now 3,000 federal agents on the ground. So I don't know that more agents are going to calm people's fears about what's happening there, but we'll see what happens. Amanda, thank you.
And some breaking news this morning. An appeals court struck down a decision that freed former Columbia student Mahmoud Khalil in a 2-1 decision. The panel of judges ruled that the court in New Jersey that freed Khalil did not have jurisdiction over the matter. Last year, he was arrested and set to be deported when the court ruled he could stay and be released. Khalil's legal team has not responded to this morning's decision.
There's some more breaking news just happening. The U.S. has seized yet another ship linked to Venezuela. Department of Homeland Security posting this video just a short time ago. The Coast Guard seized the ship in the Caribbean Sea. It's the 4th seizure of a ship that the U.S. claims was working with some That's some video.
Yeah. Today, President Trump welcomes Venezuelan opposition leader and Nobel Prize winner Maria Corina Machado to the White House. The visit comes after the president declined to endorse her as the next leader of Venezuela after the U.S. captured the country's previous leader, Nicolas Maduro. President Trump saying he didn't feel Machado had enough support nationally to govern. Venezuela's former vice president, Delcy Rodriguez, is currently the acting president. And President Trump says Iran's planned executions are now on pause as protests there continue. Iranian airspace closed for hours during high tension with the U.S. over Tehran's bloody crackdown on anti-government protests. The confirmed death toll is at least 1,600, but medical officials contacted by CBS News inside Tehran believe it is much higher. This morning, Iran says there were never plans to execute protesters. Efren Soltani, despite reports. President Trump says he's learned Iran's planned executions are now off the table.
The killing has stopped and the executions won't take place.
Soltani was arrested on January 10th and charged with propaganda activities. The U.S. State Department issued a warning to American citizens to leave Iran immediately.
Emmy Award-winning actor Timothy Busfield remains behind bars this morning after his first court appearance on child sex abuse charges. Prosecutors cited the Sacramento case as reason to keep Busfield in jail. A girl alleges that Busfield touched her inappropriately at a theater in the city. The actor turned himself in yesterday over allegations he touched twin underage boys inappropriately on the set of The Cleaning Lady. His representatives and Busfield himself, in a video obtained by TMZ, deny the allegations.
We have Ready SoCal coverage all week to help you prepare for all kinds of emergencies. And when you look at your garden or your yard, how confident are you that it will withstand strong winds, fire, or drought conditions?
This is so interesting. CBS LA's Rena Nakano spoke with an arborist who says resilient landscaping starts by taking care of what's underground.
It's not lost on Cynthia Carmona how lucky